so let's get started with some warm-ups. We are going to begin here with a curtsy squat. So that is taking one leg behind you and tapping. From the side, that looks like this. So you're aiming for like if you're taking your right leg behind your left, you're aiming for, I would say, 7 or 8 o'clock on the clock dial. So taking that leg behind and tapping. Good. Question this morning, what game do you dominate at? So if you're playing Rummy Cube, if you've ever heard of that with me, you probably wouldn't win. Chances are I'm pretty good at that. And I was wondering about you, Liz. Switch sides. Which game? Liz and Jill, both of you, let me know there. Okay. All right. Christy. Many games with you because you've been practicing all of them. Okay, good. All right. What about you, Becky? Switch legs again? Okay. Guess Uno and Skip-Bo. Kind of like some color games there. I like that. I used to play that a lot. Okay. Yeah, what about you? What game do you dominate at? Switch sides. Good one, right? Doesn't always matter to dominate, as long as you're having fun. Okay, one other, the next warm-up exercise is gonna be a side kick. So the foot you're standing on, take that heel of the foot you're standing on and point it towards where you wanna kick. That's gonna help you get your leg up better. You can kick at the knee level or a little bit above or below, but you wanna keep your core tight, lean the opposite way that you're gonna kick. Good. Some good kicks there, like that. How about you, Lauren? What game do you dominate at? Split. Haven't heard of that one, but I'm sure you dominate it. Okay, switch sides. Carla, what game do you dominate at? It's that game. You'd beat me, but I love playing it. Okay. Beth, what game do you dominate at? Those are good games. Euchre or Slender. Excellent. Okay. All right, one more warm up. So we're gonna do a bear crawl, and I'm gonna show you a couple different ways you can do it. So you wanna always be moving opposite arm and leg at the same time. You're gonna go right leg, left arm, and then left leg, right arm. So that's one way you can do it. You could also do this on your forearms like this still, and they're really short little movements. So back and forth, and you want to keep your core super tight. Good. This is really kind of full body warm up here. Got a lot going on in the shoulders and the core. The tighter you keep your core, the easier this one is actually. All right, we'll just go for a few more seconds here. Okay, all right, let's get started here. Patience, I didn't get your, the game that you dominate at.
I'm going to agree that I don't dominate at any game, but I would also say I enjoy Splendor.
Splendor, okay, Splendor fans here. All right, so we have 3 blocks of work today. And as you know, you need your die. So what we're gonna do, before each, we have 5 exercises in a row. Before each exercise, you're gonna roll your die. If you get even, you do one of the exercises. If you get odd, you'll do the other one. So just as an example here, for the first round, and all these exercises today will be only 40 seconds each, and then we have about 30 seconds to transition to the next one. So for the first block, the first exercises are hamstring, glute bridges, or squat jumps. So if you roll an even, you'll be heading to your chair putting your heels up on it and pushing the hips up like this. If you roll an odd, what you'll be doing is squat jumps. You'll be heading down and either exploding onto the toes. You can do explode like that, or you can jump a little bit, whatever feels best to you. All right, so we have 5 exercises that we will go through and get ready. So go ahead and roll. Roll your die. And if you get an even, you are starting with those chair glute bridges. Odd, you're starting with squat jumps, okay? So go. All right. See a lot of odds there. I'm kind of picking between even and odd so that I can try to match some of you with what you're doing. I know some of you are doing your glute bridges now because you rolled even. So we're going to do these exercises one time through and then another time through where you may get a chance to do the other exercise. I'll cover that in a second here. Good. And 3, 2, 1. Roll your dice again. So as soon as you finish an exercise, you roll your die. Okay, so you just rolled. If you get an even, you're going to do hand released push-ups. So that's where you bring your hands up and push up on the mat. If you do an odd, you're going to do also a hand release push-up. We're going to add legs in and out. So you can tap out and in, or you can jump out and in, okay? So we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Evens are hand release push-ups. Odds are that push-up with a plank jack. So you're pushing up and legs out and in if you got odd. Good. Looking good. Keep it up. 15 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, next up, roll your die. Again, if you get even, you're going to be doing knee smashers like this. You switch halfway through, I'll tell you when. If you get odd, you're going to be going for skaters. They're kind of hopping or stepping from side to side. All right, evens are your knee smashers. Skaters are your odds. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. So if you're odd, you're doing those skaters. If you're even, you got a few seconds left before we switch sides for those knee smashers. And 3, 2, 1, switch sides, 20 seconds left. Excellent. Keep it up. And 3, 2, 1. Roll that die. Okay. If you get even number, you're going to be taking your chest to the ground. So you can do like this and then standing back up. You can also do that on a chair with your forearms like this, chest to the chair, and then stand back up. If you get odd, you're going to be doing that bear crawl that we warmed up with, okay? And go. Even is going to be your chest to ground. And standing up, odd is going to be your bear crawl. And bear crawl, reminder, is that opposite hand and foot moving in unison to go forwards and backwards. And you can do the bear crawl in your forearms or your hands, whichever feels best to you. Excellent. Only 10 seconds before we roll again. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, exercise. Last one here. You roll, go ahead and roll. If you get an even number, you're going to take your legs up in the air and crunch up towards those ankles. If you get an odd, you'll be doing a plank on the chair or the mat, whatever works for you. All right. So we're starting here. And 3, 2, 1. Even for the ankle reaches, odd for the plank. All right, keep it up. Halfway. Okay, last 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay, so pause for just a second here, minute. We are going to do that exercise group again with a different twist. So I want everybody to roll their die again, one more time. All right. Now, if you get an even number, we're going to go back through the exercises. You choose which one you want to do, right? This is your lucky day if you get an even. If you get an odd, do the other exercise that you did not do the first time around, okay? So we're going to get started here. First exercise group is those hamstring glute bridges and squat jumps. So if you got rolled an even, you choose which one of those you want to do. If you rolled an odd, you're going to do which one of those pair that you did not do the last time around, okay? So we're going to get into position here. Starting in about 15 seconds. If you're doing these glute bridges, remember to really squeeze your glutes at the top and press towards the ceiling as much as you can with a slow lower to the ground. All right, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Looking strong, everyone. 20 seconds. Excellent. And 3, 2, 1. All right, next group is the hand release push-ups. Remember, you can also do push-ups on a wall. So you can still do hand release push-ups on a wall if that feels better to you than doing what we were doing on the mat. And then the other exercise is that push-up with the plank jack. And you can still do that on the wall too. If you're pushing away, you want to hop out and in. So lots of ways to vary here. So we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Hand release push-ups or hand release push-ups with the in and out plank jack. Excellent. Halfway through. And 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay. Next up, next two exercises. Evens are picking their choice. Odds are going for the one they didn't do before. The knee smashers. And the other one is your side-to-side skaters. Okay. Starting here in 3, 2, and 1. And I'll give you the halfway cue here so you can switch sides if you're smashing your knees. If you're doing skaters, try to sink down into a partial squat as much as you can while you're doing those. Excellent. Switch sides for the knee smashers. And 3, 2, 1. Okay. Next two, chest to ground or a bear crawl, right? Remember on the chest to ground, you can do it on a chair with your forearms, walking up and standing, and then walking back out, or your version of that on the floor is going to be standing up, okay? And we're starting here in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, keep it up. All right, almost there. Hold on to it, keep going. And 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay, last exercise. We get a couple minutes rest after this. We're going to go for either your plank or your legs up, ankle reach. All right. So we're going to start here. And 3, 2, and 1. Go. All right. We are halfway through. Keep working. Getting strong on this Thursday morning. Okay, final few seconds here. Keep it up. And 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay. All right, we're going to give ourselves a couple minutes here. Get a drink. So the next block is the same format the first time through, where you roll for your even or odd exercise. And the second time through, I have a special little twist for you. I'll tell you about it when we get there. So you're going to need some equipment for this block. You'll need bands and different types of bands too. So one that's lighter, one that's a little bit in between, and then one that's heavier. And we're also going to be doing some tricep extensions. So whatever weight you want to choose for that, just have that nearby. I'm just going to demo out a couple of the exercises before we get started here. So we're going to be doing some shoulder work with a light band. This is going to be the second set of exercises. You'll be maintaining a squat and pulling back like this, okay? From the side, that looks like this. I've got the band around my wrist, all right? And we'll also be doing a little bow and arrow work with the band. So that's going to be a little bit heavier band, maybe like a medium band. Just to get up close, I've got my hand here, palm facing the floor, and then I'm pulling back like this. So I'm pulling back to kind of like my armpit area. And we're going to be doing a static lunge while we do that. So just a little heads up for that one when we get there. But for starters today, we're going to do bridge marching. Go ahead and roll your die. Drum roll. What are you going to get, even or odd? Okay, so if you rolled an even, you'll be doing bridge marching. So you'll be on your mat, hips up towards the ceiling, and then a slow march. One leg up, the other leg up. And the other one will be a curtsy squat like we did with the warm up. You'll be alternating sides there, okay? All right, so let's get started. Even, you're on the mat doing your bridge marching. Odd, you're doing your curtsy squat. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Also, when you're doing these curtsy squats, try to stay upright as much as you can. Kind of like envision a light shining out of your chest and envision it hitting the wall in front of you, not the floor. So that's going to help you keep your chest up and proud. Good. Everyone looks so great this morning. Keep it up. Final 10 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, roll that thigh. Okay, so if you get an even number, you'll be doing that squatting hold with taking your arms out to the side. And remember, the band is on your wrist, like where your watch goes. If you got an odd, you're going to be doing a static lunge where you're staying into a lunge. The leg that's back, that's the same arm that pulls back, and we'll switch halfway through, okay? So let's get started here. Even with the band pull aparts, odd with the bow and arrow movement. 3, 2, and 1. Good. So this pull apart movement, both of these are really good for posture muscles, but especially this pull apart. If you really think about your squeezing between your shoulder blades, you're gonna work those posture muscles a lot. Same with the bow and arrow though. You can really feel a squeeze in your shoulder blades if you put some intention there. Excellent. 10 seconds left. And 3, 2, 1. Roll those die. Okay. So next up, you're going to be doing a tricep extension. If you're choose even, if you rolled even, you'll be doing standing tricep extension. I like to have one leg back just to kind of support your core a little bit more. And then if you rolled odd, you're going to be taking it to you're going to be using a band, a little bit heavier band. You're going to be holding it, arm across towards the opposite shoulder. Hand is like this. You're going to be doing tricep extension. So you're kind of pushing up towards the ceiling with that band. Choose a heavy band because you're going to switch halfway through. So you won't do very many reps on each side for this band one. All right, so grab your weights if you did even for your standing tricep extension. Odds for that band. Okay, so 3, 2, and 1. Get some triceps this morning. Okay, excellent. Yep, if you're doing the tricep extensions either way, keep your elbows up. Switch sides if you're doing the band. Keep your elbows up, pointed towards the ceiling as much as you can. Good. And 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Roll the die. Okay, so even. You're going to head to your mat or your chair and do some mountain climbers. Odds, you will be doing some side kicks like we did in our warm-ups, okay? So find your position here. We're starting in 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Keep it up. All right, halfway. Keep it up. And finishing in 3, 2, 1. Roll that die again. So, my even friends, you will be doing reverse crunches. So that is just a little lift of your sacrum off the ground. So you're gonna bring those hips up and try to slowly control it down to the mat again. So you're reverse crunching, working that lower core. Odds, we'll be doing a plank and abduction and extension. So you'll take turns on each side, taking the leg out and then up, okay? Starting in 3, 2, 1. Good. Evens for those reverse crunches, odds for the plank, abduction, and extension. Excellent. Three, 2, and 1. Okay. All right, so next round, we're gonna add a little spice. It's gonna be a little bit more cardio involved. Go ahead and roll your die. Let's see what we get here. Okay. Now, what's gonna happen is if you rolled an even, you're gonna do an add-on. So you're gonna do 2 of the exercise of your choice, that is, mind you. So you do get to choose this time around which one you do. But whatever you do 2 reps of it. And if you rolled an even, you're adding a scissor jack on. So if you rolled an odd, you're gonna add a sumo squat on. So that's big wide stance here. So let me tell you how that goes. So for instance, first one's a bridge march and a curtsy squat. You choose which one. Say I choose curtsy squat. I'm going to do 2 on each side, 2 and 2. And then if I rolled for scissor jacks, which would be evens, I would do 2 scissor jacks, then go back to 2 curtsy squats on each side, okay? So that's how we're going to change it up. 3 of the exercises will do the add-ons. A couple of them will stay the same as last time. All right, so even if you rolled, you're adding on a scissor jack. Odd, if you rolled, you're adding on sumo squats, okay? You do 2 reps of the exercise and then 2 reps of either your scissor jack or sumo squat. So now go ahead and pick whichever you want, bridge, march, or curtsy squat. And we're gonna get into position to start. You're gonna do 2 reps on each side of the exercise and then add on 2 of your bonus exercises, whether they're scissor jacks or sumo squats, and go. Excellent. And also with the scissor jacks, don't have to hop it. Works well as a lunge position too. So whatever feels good to you, if you're in the scissor jack team. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so next up, we are not going to add on anything to this one. We're keeping these exercises the same. So grab your band. You get to choose here if you do your bow and arrow or if you do your band abduction with the shoulders, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and start here in 3, 2, 1. All right, keep it up. If you're doing the bow and arrow, switch sides now. Excellent. Keep it up. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So the next one, we are also not adding anything onto. So you're doing either tricep extensions or with a weight behind your head, or you're going to be heading into your band tricep extensions. Pick your flavor of choice. We're starting here in just a minute. Go ahead and get into position. And we are going in 3, 2, and 1. All right. So these last 2 rounds, we will be adding on your spicy number, whether it's your sumo squat or your scissor jack, which gets pretty special when we're adding it to side kicks or mountain climbers. You'll see. But you're all special, so you should love this. Love it. Few seconds left. Keep up with those triceps. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So next up, you're either side kicking 2 on each side or mountain climbing 2 on each side. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you're stopping to add on 2 of your scissor jacks or sumo squats. All right. Go ahead and find your start spot. And we're going in 3, 2, 1. Go. Right, halfway through. And finishing in 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. Last and probably the most difficult, but you are all up to this. Reverse crunches or your plank abduction extension. So you're going to be adding on, you'll be doing either 2 reverse crunches or 2 planking with the abduction extension. And after those 2 reps, you'll do 2 of your add-on exercise. Okay, and then we get a couple minutes to break after this. So push through, my friends. All right, and go. All right, already halfway through. Keep up the good work. Finishing in 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Whew. Hydrate. Take a minute. That was good. Looking powerful this morning. Okay. So after this, we've got one more block of work. We're not going to start for another 90 seconds. Just kind of give ourselves some recovery here. This block is going to be the same format as the first block we did, where first round you roll for even or odd exercise. Second round you roll even and you get to choose the exercise you do, or you roll odd and you do the other exercise you didn't do the first time around. So we are going to start, just going to demonstrate a couple things before we get started here. So we're going to need a light and a heavy band for this round, and a weight, and choose a weight that you would use if you were doing, say, bicep curls. We'll be using weights for a couple different exercises in this round, but I think if you choose something around what you would do if you're doing a bicep curl, that should work for the majority of what we're doing. And just going to show you here fire hydrants. So this is going to be the second round of exercises we do, but I'm just showing you what that looks like with the band just below your knees. And you're going to be on the mat. You can be on your hands or on your forearms and taking the knee out to the side. This is a faster up, slower on the down. Good. So that's what that'll be like. And then we also will have a heavier band option where you get to sidestep, little side steps. So that's a lighter band for the fire hydrants, but a heavier band for the side steps, okay? So we're gonna start with a chair hip thrust. You can do this with or without weight. So you're gonna have just your head and shoulder blades on this chair, weight on your hips if you would like, and you're gonna dip down towards the ground, however far is comfortable, and push those hips up to the ceiling. So this is good for your glutes this morning. Okay? That is, if you roll it even. By the way, you should roll if you haven't done that yet. So if you roll an even, you'll be doing those chair hip thrusts. If you roll an odd, you'll be staying in place with a beautiful pulsing squat, just like this. Okay. So even on the chair for the hip thrust, odd for the pulsing squat. Starting here in 3, 2, and 1. All right, keep it up halfway through. Final 10. And 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay, roll those die again. If you get an even, you'll be headed to your mat for some fire hydrants. If you get an odd, you'll be doing the band side stepping. So quick review, band side step. You're going to heavy band if you're doing the side step and you rolled odd. And little tiny steps from left to right. If you get a even, you'll be doing fire hydrants, lighter band just below the knees. Okay. So let's get into position for whichever exercise you rolled for. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. So fire hydrants, I will give you a cue on when to switch sides. And those odd ones of you doing the side steps, just take a few to your left and a few to your right to keep it even. Excellent. Switch sides. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so next time around, roll for your exercise. And now if you rolled an even, you'll be doing an upright row. You can use, if you have a bag of weights, you can just pull them up like this. If you have 2 weights, you can pull up like this. So pulling up like that for an upright row. The other exercise that you'll be doing is a pull over. So if you rolled an odd, you'll be onto the mat with your weight or weights. If you have 2, keep them together. If you have 1, your hands will be together and you're letting it touch behind your head and pulling it back over your chest like this. Okay? So we're going to get started here with the upright row for the evens, pull over for the odds, in 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. If you're doing upright rows, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Engage those postural muscles. Stick that chest out. Pullovers, go ahead and tap behind your head. Pull that weight over your chest. Excellent. And 3, 2, and 1. Roll the die. Okay. So, even. You'll be heading into thrusters. So you're going to hold weight, or if you want to do it without weight, that's fine too. Holding it at your shoulder. Be going into a squat, or as much of a squat as comfortable to you. And then you're going to stand up quickly and press that weight above your head. Okay, so that's even. Odd, you're going to be just doing a sumo squat with a bicep curl. You'll be staying in that squat if you rolled an odd and doing a bicep curl. Starting here in 3, 2, and 1. Evens or thrusters, odds or bicep curls. Excellent. If you're doing those thrusters, try to keep that weight right above your body, not in front, but right above. Excellent. Looking good. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last exercise here. Planking. You're going to be on the chair planking or on the mat. First is a plank donkey kick. So you're going to take your heel and sole of your shoe and do this. Kick up towards the ceiling. 2 on each side. Switch back and forth. The other one is a plank kick through. So you're going to be planking and kicking your leg through to the other side. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Evens are the donkey kicks. Odds are the kicking through. All right, keep it up. Just 10 seconds to go. Three, 2, and 1. Okay. All right, closing in on the final 5 minutes here. So we're going to get through probably 3 or 4 more rounds of exercises here. Go ahead and do your final dice roll of the day. So warm up those hands and give it a toss. All right, so if you rolled even, you're choosing which exercise you want to do of the 2 options, and odds will be choosing the exercise you didn't do the first time around. Okay, so we are starting with that pulsing squat or on the chair with the hip thrust. Head and shoulders on the chair, moving those hips up towards the ceiling. So go ahead and get into position. Starting here in 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Looks like most of us ended up with the pulsing squat. All right. Power to the pulse. Keep it up halfway through. Okay, final few seconds. Keep that pulse. You can do it. I know it burns. Hold on to it. And 3, 2, 1. Okay. So grab your band, whether you're doing the side stepping, which is the heavier band, or the fire hydrant, which is the lighter band just below your knees. And we'll get started with that here. And 3, 2, and 1. Another thing about this side stepping, if you're doing it, I know some of you are fire hydranting now, but if you're side stepping, try to maintain a little bit of a squat in that movement. So you're not standing up completely tall. Good. 20 seconds. All right, keep it going. Feel that hip burn, am I right? Doesn't matter which one of these you're doing. Glutes are probably just a little fiery right now. And time, okay. Next up, either your upright row or your pullover exercise. The upright row is pulling that weight up. So if you're even, you're choosing between that and you're on the mat with the pullover as your other one. If you're odd, you're just doing the one you didn't do last time. Okay, starting position here in 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay, halfway. Keep it up. And 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay, we've got one more to go. We are gonna go straight to the planks next. So you're either choosing your donkey kick plank or your kick through. So you're on the chair doing a plank or the mat. Kick throughs are just kicking one side to the other. Donkey kicks are taking a foot up towards the ceiling, twice on each side. And 3, 2, 1, go. Last exercise of the morning. Keep going, almost there. Just a few seconds left. So close. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, so good. Let's do a stretch on the mat for starters. So what I'd like you to do, spread those knees apart, sink that butt towards your feet, stretch those arms out in front of you. So this is child pose. Really want to get a pull through your shoulders here. So you're stretching those fingertips away from your body, but also sinking into the mat with your rear. So you can pull, feel that pull, that nice pull all the way through your back. Okay. All right, so next we're going to take left ear to the mat and take that left arm, thread it under the body. And you're just going to kind of rest your head on the mat. Put some weight in through your torso. So this should be giving you a pull through your left shoulder, even into your shoulder blade area. Should feel a nice stretch in there with the upper body work we did today, right? This is a good postural muscle stretch. You should feel a stretching in your upper back and through your shoulders. Switch sides. Right ear to the mat, right arm threaded under the body. Kind of pushing into the mat, letting yourself sink into the mat there until you feel that good stretch in your upper back and shoulder. Good. All right. Take yourself onto the mat on your back here. So let's do a figure 4 stretch for our hips. Goodness knows we did enough hips today, right? So left ankle on top of the right knee. So that, it should feel, if that doesn't feel like a stretch like that, go ahead and pull that right leg back. So you've got your left ankle right above your right knee. It should feel like a good stretch in your left hip. So if you're really tight, you may not even need to pull that leg back and just keep that right foot on the ground and press the left knee away from you. That's another way to do it. Switch sides, right ankle on top of the left knee. And you're either pushing that right knee away from you or grabbing around the left leg and pulling up. Either way, you should feel some stretches in that right hip. So Tuesday's our next workout is a strength workout. It's going to be a good one. We need bands for that one and some heavier weights. Should be a good workout for strength. I'm looking forward to it. All right, go ahead and stand here. I do a bicep stretch. So you're going to interlace those fingers behind your back. And then you're pulling the hands away from your back as much as you can comfortably do. It'll give you a good stretch through your arms. So I apologize to anyone who was patiently waiting for the link to the workout yesterday. I normally try to send that out by 11 a.m. every time because I know there's a lot of people that really look forward to those and do those workouts on their own. Had a little bit of a computer issue, which has since been resolved, but it delayed me yesterday and kind of a long time before I got that out, but should normally come out to you in a little care package in your inbox by 11 o'clock in the morning every day. All right, one more. Did some triceps today. So we're gonna pull that arm into a good tricep stretch. And switch sides. All right, good job. Thank you everyone for coming today. Appreciate it.